Peace, what's up, y'all? DPrime215 here. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to yours truly. So for this video, talking about the verses between the LOX and Dipset, Madison Square Garden. Man, that was one hell of a match, one hell of a night, was it not? So going into it, my prediction, I predicted two things. One, for the LOX to win, and two, that it would be a close versus. Now, I was right on the LOX winning, and I was completely off the mark of this being close. This was an absolute massacre, right? This is like the equivalent of playing Mortal Kombat, getting a double flawless victory with the brutality at the end, right? This was just absolute overkill. And leading into this, I got my hair cut, not for the verses, but just, just in general. And when I walked in the barber shop, they had We Gonna Make It playing. And I told my barber, I'm like, yo, listen, the LOX is winning this versus, like off the strength of that, you know what I mean? Just off the sheer strength of the timing, I'm like, yo, the LOX is gonna win this versus when it come down to it. So here's a few things. I'm gonna talk about some of my overall take and some of my favorite moments from this, right? Number one, the reason why I think the LOX won the way they did was, two things. One, they prepared. Like they said a number of times that they rehearsed. Like they take this very seriously. Jadakiss in particular. And I say Jadakiss in particular because we saw what happened in the Jada and Fab one. Then afterwards he was saying that, he rehearsed a lot and made sure he had all the right takes together and everything, the right songs and all that. That, right? And then outside of the rehearsal, outside of the sheer music, Jadakiss, his trash talking, like honestly, they could have won the verses. If you take away all the music, right? It just had Jadakiss roast Dipset. That was it, like everything, like, from, him saying like he wasn't gonna lose to anybody wearing leather pants, you know what I'm saying, directed to Jim Jones, and, saying like they were playing songs before Jim Jones knew how to rap, and, him snatching, Juelz' bandana off. That was like wild disrespect. What else happened? The line is like, we got Grammys, the only thing they saw was grams. It was just absolutely bananas, right? So Jadakiss, his trash talking alone won the verses. So as for the music, just some of my favorite parts, man. So I don't think this may or may not be in order, but 24 Hours to Live and Dudes Done Started Something. Sheek, Louch held it down, yo. Sheek, Louch, body. Those were like my favorite moments with Sheek in them, right? And then when they did Reservoir Dogs, I wanted to see Reservoir Dogs, and I was so happy they did that record, right? But here's the thing, when they got the Styles verse, now if you ever listen to Reservoir Dogs, Styles P has the most disrespectful verse on that record, right? The first line is, I don't give a F who you are, so F who you are. That's how he starts it, right? But when it came to his part, they did it a cappella. And Styles P is going down the line of every member of Dipset. Like, everybody on stage, the whole entourage, he's just going down like this rapping verse. I'm like, yo, this is like, it's on, and Jadakiss, when Jadakiss backed out the Who Shot Your freestyle off the Champions Here Part 3, I'm like, yo, like, it's just, that was it. I feel like that was like the ultimate nail in the coffin. Of course, they did my other joint too, Chest to Chest, you know what I'm saying? What he said, what Styles say, I'm the crack in the tape deck, I'm the burner on the waist that'll get the place wet, I'm the money in the safe that will get the case dead. You know what I mean? Like, they did like a lot of those freestyles, a lot of those, it was cool because like I mentioned, like going into the verses, like in my prediction, I was looking, I'm like, yo, would they do just LOX records, LOX and solo records of freestyles? They did all that. That was super dope. And also what Jadakiss was saying, Freaky Zeke, like what is he on stage for? Yo, that was hilarious, man. He was going off on everybody. It was that, and then one really like pivotal moment. I don't know if it was pivotal, it just stood out so much. But Jadakiss was about to do what was it? It was the Made You Look remix. He said, stop that. That was a mercy move, yo, because like that's one of the hardest verses ever in hip hop. And he said, stop that. He held off on Made You Look. At that point, it was already like 25-1 or whatever it was. But that was a pretty telling moment. And then also, what was I gonna say? The LOX, they did like, it was super dope how like when they did the verses, like when they were doing their songs, they didn't do straight records. It would be like, you know, they would do 12 bars of one song, switch to something else, they come back to it. It was all over the place, moving around. That was super dope. And another thing that I think kind of did Dipset in was like the trash talking from Dipset kind of backfired, right? So it was one part where Juelz was like, y'all must not like the ladies, y'all only got a record for the ladies. And then they went through all their girl records. It was just like, I just feel like Dipset wasn't prepared to the level that the LOX was prepared for. But I was up till like 1:30 in the morning, you know, just watching that, rewatching parts. But yeah, man, that was an excellent versus. My favorite verses thus far. My group won. D Block, the LOX, Harlem. You know, I had one of my friends said to check up on my Harlem friends. I was like, you know, they be alright, they tough, right? You know what I'm saying? So man, that was crazy. But once again, I'm super happy that the LOX won. There were so many moments. I could probably do this for forever and ever and ever just talking about this versus. But there you have it. That was my take. Super happy the LOX won. Jadakiss is the MVP. Styles P held it down. Sheek, Louch held it down. Shout out to Dipset. You know what I'm saying? And all in all, man, it was dope. You know, anyone who's saying New York City won and hip hop won, that's true, but it's a good chance you were probably salty that Dipset lost. Let's just keep it a stack here. So I was on the right side of history. D Block, LOX, one time. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to me, DPrime215. Let me know what you think of the verse in the comment section below. And thanks for watching. See you on next time. Peace.